The $1 million kiss that left everyone at the wedding in shock. Lana Rivers didn't belong in that world. The sound of her cheap heels echoed against the polished marble floors as she entered the Grand Cathedral, a mere shadow among hundreds of glittering guests dressed in designer gowns and tailored suits. She adjusted the simple rented dress she wore, trying to blend in, to become invisible. The invitation she'd received felt like a mistake, maybe even a cruel joke. She and Ethan Crawford had once been inseparable during their university years, but that was a lifetime ago. Since then, Ethan had built a tech empire, and today, he was marrying Charlotte Vale, a woman so breathtakingly perfect, she seemed sculpted by angels. As Lana hesitated at the edge of the opulent hall, she wondered why she had even come. That's when a woman in a sleek black dress and a delicate veil approached her. "You're Lana Rivers, right?" the woman asked, her voice smooth and cutting like silk drawn over a blade. Before Lana could answer, the woman slipped a heavy envelope into her hand. $1 million, she whispered. "All you have to do is kiss the groom during the vows." Lana blinked, stunned. The woman's smile was thin and humorless, like a crescent moon in a dark sky. "During the vows," she repeated. "Nothing more." And just like that, she vanished into the crowd, leaving Lana standing there with the envelope in her trembling hands. She could have run. She could have thrown the money away. But as she clutched that envelope, she thought of her mother's rising hospital bills, the eviction notices piling up at home, the endless rejections from casting calls. $1 million could change everything. It could save a life. And so, Lana made a decision, one that would either destroy her or finally set her free. The music swelled from the cathedral's ancient organ. The grand doors swung open, revealing Charlotte Vale in all her ethereal beauty, walking slowly toward the altar under a shower of white rose petals. Ethan stood at the altar, looking more like a prince than a man. Handsome, calm, a future carved from gold. Hidden among the towering floral arrangements, Lana waited. Her heart thudded painfully against her ribs. Her fingers tightened around the strap of her small clutch. "If anyone has any objections," the officiant declared solemnly, "speak now or forever hold your peace." Silence. And then Lana stepped forward. Every whisper ceased. Heads turned. Charlotte's face froze in confused horror. Lana barely felt the weight of her own body as she crossed the aisle. The cathedral, the flowers, the people, it all blurred. Only Ethan's face remained sharp and clear in her vision. Stunned, uncomprehending. Before anyone could intervene, Lana reached up, cupped Ethan's face, and kissed him. It wasn't a staged kiss. It wasn't mechanical. It was slow, deliberate, charged with 1,000 unsaid words, with memories of days long past, of promises broken and friendships lost. The cathedral exploded into gasps and shouts. A few guests leaped from their seats. Security moved forward. Charlotte's bouquet fell with a thud onto the marble. And then Ethan laughed, a full, heartfelt laugh that rolled through the cathedral like a blessing. He turned to the stunned crowd, his arm casually draped over Lana's shoulders. "Everyone," he said, voice rich with humor and nostalgia. "Meet Lana Rivers, my best friend from university. Years ago, we made a promise. If I ever got married without telling her first, she'd crash the wedding and remind me who I really am." The guests sat frozen for a moment, and then, slowly, laughter and applause erupted through the cathedral. Even Charlotte, after a moment of hesitation, smiled. Tears shimmered in her eyes as she approached Lana and took her hand warmly. "Welcome to the family," Charlotte whispered. What had been meant as sabotage became the most unforgettable part of the ceremony. The woman in black, lurking in the shadows, realized her plan had failed and slipped away into the crowd without a trace. Later, in a quiet room filled with flickering candles and heavy velvet curtains, Ethan, Charlotte, and Lana sat together. Lana confessed everything about the woman, the envelope, the money, her desperation. There was no anger, only understanding. "You were brave," Charlotte said simply. "Braver than anyone else would have been." Ethan squeezed Lana's hand. You're still my friend, he said. Maybe the only one who never cared about the empire, the fame, the image. They insisted she keep the money. But Lana didn't want it for luxury. She wanted something real, something lasting. With their support, Lana founded an acting academy for underprivileged youth, a place where kids could find their voice through art, the same way Lana once had. In less than a year, the academy became a beacon in the city. News outlets covered her story, the fallen actress who had built a sanctuary for lost dreams. She was no longer chasing stardom. She was building it for others. The $1 million kiss that had been meant to ruin a life had instead created hundreds of new beginnings. And on the opening night of her students' first public performance, as Lana watched from the side of the stage, a soft smile touched her lips. She had finally found her real stage, and it had been worth every risk. One kiss, one secret, $1 million. Lana crossed a line she could never uncross. And the truth changed everything. What was supposed to end in disaster became the beginning of something legendary. Are you ready for the next twist? Follow now and don't miss what comes next. The real story is just getting started.